I am back with another Where Was I when that album came out. Now I know it's been a minute, but we here and we live. The album that I'll be talking about today is One Twizzy, 112 that is, and their self-titled album. So let's get into it. Yeah. Now 112 is, like I said, one of my favorites. So I literally, I don't know if y'all catch my music appreciations uh, videos, but I kind of just, just do a snap of the album, appreciating, just showing love to, different albums. And 112, they're one of my favorites. So you would definitely be seeing a lot of theirs. Um, but this album in particular came out, let's see, this album came out August 27th of 1996. And for me, I was a young buck, of course. But for me, I was heading into the third grade. I was heading into the third grade, and it was actually a transition year, a time for me because if y'all don't know, I'm from New York, from Rochester to be exact. And my mom's and everything, we decided to make that move down to Atlanta, GA. So during that time, we moved down to Atlanta, and I was starting school down there. So that is very vivid, a very vivid time for me because it was a change of scenery. Even though I been down, was in Atlanta, back and forth because my uncles lived down there, so they were trying to get everybody to gravitate and move down to the A. So Atlanta's my second home for sure. Holidays, summers, we were down in the A. Any different special occasions, time off, we spent down in the A. So when that album came out, we were actually moving down to Atlanta and starting a new life, a new journey. And yeah, it was definitely memorable because like it was just us, my mom's. It was like I said, my mom, me, my sister moving, and another one of my uncles had recently moved down before we did, and some cousins. So it was, like I said, it was just a change of scenery. And 112, I vividly remember listening to 112. My grandma was down here as well, so she was helping my uncles get things together. My uncle Dwayne, that has passed away, he he was starting up his daycare, and he got his established. He had in home, and then he got an actual location. So my grandma was down here, helping him, get things up and running. And so it was everybody, and actually at my uncle's house. So like it was us. It was all of us. But that's how my uncle was. He was about family. So he wanted, he was making moves. He wanted his family to make moves, and especially coming from where we came from, he was like, "Yo, y'all come down here. I'm trying to get things you know, in motion. Y'all work with me and stuff and get y'all self in motion." So that was his plan. That was ideal of things and motivation of, trying to, uplift his people, uplift his family and stuff. That was his that. And I definitely appreciate him for that. That, and that's kind of like that kindred spirit, a part of the kindred spirit that I have of, trying to uplift and, be assistance in everybody's upward movement, and, just be a pillar, or be a branch in, people's movement, and trying to, see a better, be in a better space. So during that time, like I said, I was young, so I had to be like, I was like 7 going on 8. And yeah, so I of course I remember a lot more than like maybe my sibling, my cousin. I'm like the oldest on my mom's side of the grandchildren, the oldest granddaughter. And so of course I remember a lot more. My experience is different and stuff. I've always been, what you say, Mama Nosh, Mama Nosh, being Mama Nosh, and just having to look out for my younger, cousins, siblings, and stuff. So of course my experience and, being vivid in what it is different than theirs. But during that time, like I said, we were transitioning from New York to Atlanta, and I was going into the 3rd grade. And so during that time, it only ended up being a year that we stayed. So I spent my whole third grade year down in Atlanta, and like I said, it's a lot to the story. But in that time of when 112's album was definitely a part of the story, I just remember vividly being with my grandma a lot. She liked to go. She liked to do her drive. So like, oh, she had nothing to do, or she wanted to get out the house. She like, yo, y'all want to come take a ride with me? I want to come take a ride with me. So we'll hop up in the whip and, cruise, or, go get something to eat and just listen to music. Like I said, music is a part of life. A lot of like things in my life and memories I remember and that coincide with music. So 112, they had like the Only You, their self-titled album, them hopping out the gate. Just remembering that time, and just riding the streets of Atlanta, riding the streets of Atlanta, and just you know seeing the areas, and as a little kid, and just spending time with my family, and having that change of scenery, actually living in Atlanta compared to New York, and just adjusting to that. But it was cool though. It was cool. Like I said, Atlanta's my second home, so it wasn't like a big of a adjustment. It wasn't. It didn't have to be a big of adjustment. I was with my peoples, and just living life. So let me know where y'all was at when that album came out and stuff. I remember back then, like Ludacris, he was a VJ. He was a DJ. I forgot what station it was, but it was Chris Lover and Poon Daddy he was with. So y'all let me know if y'all remember that. But it's Chris Lover and Poon Daddy. That's what he went over. He went at that was his name, Chris Lover, and he was a DJ during that time. So I remember that before he actually came out as Ludacris, the artist. But during that time, he was Chris Lover, and so I remember that. And I actually have like one of my it's from '97, but I'll show you guys. I got like a I'm sorry, but I have I still have one of my old Freaknik shirts, like, and that was like one of the last Freaknik that I think that was like one of the last Freakniks that occurred. But my uncle had like a bunch. He had got like a bunch of shirts and stuff, and I still have to this day. So that's like 20 plus years later, and I still have the shirt, and it has like the Mickey Mouse, it has like the hood Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse on there, and it says, "Who that? Just my baby daddy." And then in the back it has no water, no beaches, just sweet Georgia peaches on the back. And that was 90s, that's for '97. But yeah, it was definitely a memorable time for me. Like I said, because that was a transition period for me. But that album was very dope. Different out. I'll say like some of my favorite tracks off of that album. Let's see. Let's go to it. Some of my favorite tracks. Pleasure and Pain, of course. Cupid doesn't lie. Come See Me, definitely a banger. Only You, the regular version, and the remix with B.I.G. and Mace. I can't believe with Faith. That's a good track. What's another one? What's another one? Oh, I'm trying to click through it. I don't want to play all the music. They start censoring my life. Just a little while. Like I said, it's just definitely a great album. If you have not heard of it, definitely check it out. If you have heard of it, let me know what's your favorite track off of that album. It's definitely a good one. And, of course, 112s, y'all don't know, they, named themselves after the club, 112. And so, of course, I'm young, but I knew that it was a club named 112 back then. It's no longer, but that was a staple in Atlanta during that time. And they named themselves after that. So, but yeah, that's where I was when that album came out, One Twizzy. Like I said, they're one of my favorite groups. Let me know where you were down below in the comment section where you were when that album came out. If you ever heard that album, if it's a part of your playlist, let me know. If it's not, it needs to be a part of your playlist because it's definitely a classic, along with many other work. And but until next time, I will be back with another live of Where Was I When That Album Came Out. And definitely check out my other content, my other videos. Get some, inspiration. Get inspired from, I hope you get inspired. But I hope you guys have a good night. And I thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.